What the fuck is this I hear earlier about Huohuo being best support for you? Linyan, you fake gender bent looking Hu Tao people making Hoyola Beach Niega.
Greetings everyone, Linyan here. If you want to know what happened during that situation Clara and I were in, click on this video on the right. I feel so much better after that walk around our Rum Alley with Huohuo that day. I also ran into an old friend of mine I haven't seen in some time. We had a really long conversation which helped me the most. Perhaps her inspiring presence was what I needed this entire time. I'll be sure to introduce her one day. Anyways, I'm sure a lot of y'all by now are familiar with the drama that's currently going on in the Genshin community. I mentioned in a past video that they should have made Zhongli's promo outfit a skin as well for this year's Lantern Rite. But that apparently ain't even the worst part about it. Once again, although Clara and I are from the Star Rail universe, my condolences go to the Genshin community. How Hoyo did y'all after 3 years is really disrespectful. Cause how the fuck are they gonna give y'all 10 free pulls, which Star Rail does every patch, and only 3 more via mail, which is hardly enough to guarantee a 4-star? The worst part about it is that Star Rail is also giving another 10 pull for free just for logging in. Dawei seemed like he had more fun with the skit in the beginning of the special program, and how well made the entire stream was compared to how his interest was for Genshin's. The situation is almost as bad as the first Genshin anniversary, when the community first found out that they weren't getting a free 5-star selector. Like, bro, have you guys really not learned by now? Y'all are just making the situation even worse by review bombing other apps and companies that clearly got nothing to do with it. It's not gonna change shit! They still won't listen regardless because the sad truth is that all they care about is money. Honestly, these might as well be the actual rewards. By the way, from what I'm aware of, it wasn't entirely Dawei's fault. Genshin unfortunately has a producer named Kai Haoyu, who is mainly responsible of the bad decisions with the rewards and mediocre events. I also heard Honkai Impact 3rd had the same problem when he was the producer for them before he switched to Genshin. Oh, and by the way, that game also gave out a free character who is pretty much the equivalent of an Archon. But Genshin won't even give a free standard 5-star, which ain't as useful for veteran players. But they can be helpful for newer players who you also gotta think about as well. Cause with how long the game has been out, it's so much harder to catch up with the amount of quests starting from Mondstadt that you need to do all the way up to Fontaine. Which is one of the reasons why it's harder for Sean to recommend that game over Star Rail at the moment, which is easier to understand and even explore. Plus, you can currently get a strong limited free 5-star Dr. Ratio. Clara also recorded Trump's reaction to the situation a week and a half ago. But unfortunately, she wasn't able to get Liza's reaction since she wasn't in the room at that moment.
So while we wait for Liza to come back, have you been on Genshin lately, Donald?
Honestly, not that much since the last time we made the NPC tier list video, since those were starting to get stale. Most of the time I have my son Baron to do my commissions and farm for upgrades. He also pulls the important meta characters for me to use when I get back into the game. Speaking of which, I occasionally stop by every now and then to see how the new content is. The TCG event they did back in 3.7 was really mid. Like, bro, is anybody even still playing that nowadays? That game mode was way too simple and got boring after a while. You gotta be as retarded as Sleepy Joe. Or better yet, as dangerously stupid as Kiri Joe to be extremely bad at this joke of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Ripped off game mode. Genius Invocation TCG. More like Dumbass Invocation TCG.
You know, Mr. Trump, I actually agree with you about TCG not being that good of a game mode. Especially since Hoyo put a lot more effort into Ethereum Wars back in Star Rail 1.4. But don't you think you went a bit too far with what you said at the end?
Don't mind him, Clara. He's always like this.
Besides from that, Yoimiya's second story quest was truly spectacular. I understand why people love her, but I still feel bad for Venti, who is an Archon, not having a second story quest up to this point. But one thing I don't like about the story quest is how they did the Aranara.
Oh, so this is an Aranara.
Look how they massacred my boy.
I'm the one who should be apologizing.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Like, how the fuck is Hoyo a multi-million-dollar company, but they can't afford to easily get some voice actors for them?
Oh, you just reminded me about something Trump. I remember someone made a video giving one of them from the Aranara World Quest a voice for one of the cutscenes.
Huh? What? Haruma?
okay, Nora. Don't forget about the transference.
Don't worry, Arma. I will take care of this.
Hold the fuck up! I know he didn't just do the same exact thing for Ether's dirty ponytail-looking ass.
You know, that's not actually the worst part. Sean also made a video a year ago where he gave Ether extra voice lines from a different game.
I've been able to survive this long! I know I have what it takes! It's not over yet! I will not yield!
What a load of fake fucking news! Even the Trailblazers from Star Rail speak more than him!
That is such an odd reason to be scrapped. However, the shell appears to be in good condition, so I'll bring it with me. Looks like it hasn't gone back to normal yet. I should come back later.
I'm not one of Runmay's recognized works.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Too much negative energy. Don't like negative energy.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Like, bro, say something, goddammit! I feel like Rimuru Tempest trying to interact with that one ogre who never talks. Better yet, even though Comey can't communicate, she spoke even more than he ever has in that one scene alone.
Oh, by the way, Sean showed me some of the episodes during the time I narrated the Labyrinth Warriors Arkan series for him.
You know, Clara, Barack showed me the first 4 videos, and that would be the perfect game mode for endgame, with a bunch of unique rewards they could add as well. That idea reminds me of Simulated Universe from Star Rail. Speaking of which, one of the reasons why I've been playing that game a lot more is because the game itself is somewhat more generous. For example, why doesn't Genshin give us a free 10 pull every patch? They only do it for the anniversaries, which ain't even enough to guarantee a 5-star. And Lantern Rite as well. Speaking of which, what the fuck am I gonna do with 3 extra pulls? That's hardly enough for even a 4-star. The community has been playing their game for 3 years, and this is the thanks we get. By the way, the last time I played Star Rail was during Huohuo's banner, because I've been really busy these days.
I wonder what that is.
What was that, Sinue?
Oh, nothing, Donald. I was just thinking out loud to myself. Don't mind me. Anyways, that must mean you skipped Ruin May's banner as well?
Oh, no, I haven't, by the way. Baron has been playing for me on that account as well. He even got me this weird red-haired simp as well, who I heard is good in one of the new game modes as well. I should have some free time tomorrow, so I'll be able to hop on that and see everything else that I've been missing out on.
You know, Trump, that reminds me. Have you heard about the free Dr. Ratio situation?
Wait, what? This has to be a prank, right, Clara?
Unfortunately, Barack isn't joking. Hoyo actually announced that everyone will be able to get him for free during the 2.6 livestream. I'll even show you the proof.
When version 1.6's Pantaray Event Warp becomes available, every Trailblazer who has unlocked the mail feature shall receive, via mail, 1 limited 5-star character Dr. Ratio. That is to say, me. The sheer tyranny of Rome, I shall become ubiquitous.
What the hell? Oh my God, nowhere near you. So you mean to tell me that me Hoyoverse, a multi-billion-dollar fucking company, actually gave the Star Rail community a limited 5-star for free, but we can't even get a free standard 5-star for Genshin, no impact. I heard Honkai Impact 3rd also gave out a free character who's basically the equivalent of an Archon, I tell y'all. I don't blame Liza for considering to drone strike the Hoyoverse headquarters earlier. Speaking of which, what's taking her so long? She's been gone for a while now. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Star Rail is the one that ends up getting the free standard 5-star selector for their first anniversary.
Well, I can't say if it's 100% confirmed, but there is still a possibility that we will. Also, the best part, other than Lady Branya, who will be the obvious choice, is that you can also get me, well, the younger version of me, for free as well. Well, really, it's Mr. Sverog. I haven't learned how to fight during that time.
You know, I just realized that Sleepy Joe would put that version of you in the S tier if we ever do a Star Rail tier list. Do you remember what he did with everyone except Dory of the small Genshin characters Obama?
Oh yeah, how can I forget? I also remember he was saying some wild-ass shit when he was ranking Nahida. And now, the moment that Joe's been waiting for, it's time to rank Nahida.
Good Lord, slap a purple wig on me along with a sombrero and call me Scaramouche because that is my mommy.
Oh, hell no, he's going too far.
I'd suggest placing her into double S tier.
She's not going into S tier, let alone double S tier.
But don't you guys think she's cute and funny?
And what do you mean by that?
The cunny.
All right, we need to lock this man up.
Haven't you guys ever had a juvenile elementary school crush before?
Yes, Joe, but just not last week.
This is a waifu tier list, and she's still a lolly. She's going into D tier.
Yeah, you're not fooling us there, Joe.
You guys just don't understand.
Oh, imagine how mad Linyan would be if he tried to rank Huohuo, even though she is actually older than she looks.
Now I fully understand why Linyan would despise Biden so much.
Oh, trust me, Joe's even worse in person. You can even ask Obama who was his vice president when he was in office for 8 years. But that's a different story for another time. At this point, I've lost all hope for Genshin. As long as that bitch-ass Chinese Kai Hao Yu is still the director, we will never get any good quality of life changes.
Yeah, they really need to get rid of that nigga because he ain't doing nothing but making the community even worse with these rewards. I can understand not wanting anyone to get fired. But Dawei needs to have a conversation with him and be like, you my boy and everything. But according to the community, you haven't been doing your job well, so we gotta let you go.
I actually agree with you, Barack. But David Jang having to cover a third Hoyoverse game would be way too much work for him. What they could do, though, is try to find someone similar to him. But unfortunately, it would be up to Hoyoverse themselves if they would be down to do that.
Man, why can't Genshin get the same type of generosity Star Rail receives? What happened to the game I loved? Weathering Waves, a game that's still in beta, has better animations than Genshin. They even have unique 5-star character animations for when you pull them. Also, don't get me started on the fact that the weapon banners for that game are 100% guaranteed. We can't even get separate weapon banners for Genshin like Star Rail does with the light cones, which have a 75% chance of winning. This is straight up a bunch of horse shit.
You know, at first I was actually thinking that Weathering Waves need to outdo Genshin, or at least give it more competition so the devs can realize what they've been doing wrong and get their shit together.
I know what you're gonna say next, Barack. But either way, Hoyoverse still has Star Rail, which is also popular as well.
You're correct, Shin Yue. Oh, by the way, I got a text from Liza saying that she was busy helping her maid Lexi fix something. She'll be back in a bit.
Oh, thank God we can finally play. You don't know how long I've been waiting to play Overwatch again, Barack. Which role are you guys playing, by the way? I'll be playing support this time around. Liza, from what I remember, should be playing DPS, and Obama should be DPS as well, since he's a Reaper main.
Actually, Donald, I'm going to support with you for one game. I was thinking Hanzo would be a good fit for Shin Yue since I recall her saying that she was hunting someone down earlier.
Oh, you flatter me, Barack. I'm actually a support main when it comes to Overwatch, but I also play him a bit when I get queued for DPS. By the way, I actually fight with both a bow and a spear depending on the situation.
Oh, really? Well, I guess we can switch next game.
Well, I'm playing tank, by the way. It's been working out the best for me since I enjoy playing Diva, who's good at protecting everyone while being able to do damage as well.
Yo, I just realized how well she fits you since her mech reminds me of you and Svarog.
Oh yeah, that's also the thing as well.
I also got another text from Liza that she also ordered something through DoorDash while she was helping Lexi. She's ready to join us now.
Well, it's about damn time.
Anyways, I'm running out of time. So if you enjoyed today's video, like, share, and subscribe for more content from Sean in the future. Before I go, I wish you all the best of luck to whoever you plan on pulling for this version's banner phase for Genshin. Although Xianyun is actually pretty good, I would rather pull for Nahida if I were you if you don't have her, since she's OP in so many countless Dendro comps. Also, Xianyun's playstyle is basically meant for plunge characters like Xiao and the gamer Gaming. By the way, she can also be a nice option to pair with Hu Tao and Farina if you don't have Zhongli. And one last thing. Y'all better give Hu Tao this outfit, or at least something similar, as a skin alongside Zhongli's promo outfit next Lantern, right, Hoyoverse?